back to Tactical Advantage. So we've got the CZ P10F OR back on the bench. And what we're going to do today is go ahead and install our Trijicon SRO onto it. So originally I got this SRO from one of my Poly 80 builds, but really the Poly 80s just continue to kind of eject right onto the optic. And the SRO isn't an optic I'm really wanting to beat up. So we're going to try it on the P10F. So with that said, we'll go ahead and get this installed. Should be pretty easy. So this has the optic plate, the cover plate, shipped with the factory. Does not come with an optic mounting plate. So here in a second, I'll show you guys that. But really, you've got two Torx screws holding down the optic cover plate that you're going to remove. And that should cover that. A little bit more. And we'll get that off and out of the way. So that's what you're looking at from there. It's actually kind of nice how they built in these ridges to kind of hold things in, keep things nice and snug. What I ended up going with was this C&H Precision weapons plate kit. This is the plate it comes with for the Trijicon RMR, which will work with the SRO. You can see they've got it kind of embossed too, to match what we saw on the slide. That's nice. The other thing I like that they do is this has an unusually long machined out portion for your optic. And this actually fills up a little bit of that gap that you would have if you didn't. It comes with some screws. These are the screws to mount the plate to the slide. Comes with some screws to mount a holosun. These are just different length. And it comes with some screws to mount the RMR. We're obviously going to go with the RMR since we're trying the SRO. One thing I already noticed that I'm not really a big fan of is though they give you quality fasteners, they're just little Allen key fasteners versus Torx. When you're using that on optics, man, that's just not the way you want to go. It is what it is. We'll use it though. I'm just not a fan. They have a tendency to strip. Where Torx, they also strip, but they normally take a little bit longer to do so. So with that, go ahead and set the plate in there. That's what that looks like. Looks like a good quality fit. No issues there. No daylight. Got some Loctite here I've already shaken up. This is of the blue variety, even though it's in a red container. Using red for your optic plate, though it would be very secure, if you ever have to take it off, you're going to have probably a bad time. So I use blue. It did come with the Allen keys you need to do the job. So no issue there. Another thing about this plate kit, if I remember correctly, I think I got it off Amazon. But it was like 30 bucks, 35 bucks. It wasn't expensive. It was priced pretty well. And the plate itself actually looks quite nice. So we'll see here in a minute how the fitment looks overall, but once I get the optic on there, alright, and I've found it just hand tight on this. You know, maybe a smidge more than hand tight is really all you need, as long as it was clean and you're using your thread locker. So I might just give it a little bit more, and again, without these being Torx, I don't want to put too much oomph on them because they will strip. Alright, so we've got the plate installed. Next up, we'll go ahead and see if our SRO fits in there, and it feels like it's going to be very snug, actually. Look at that. That's without screws or bolts or anything. That's kind of nice with that front shelf, how tight that fits in. So now we can go ahead and look at the RMR screws. Get those out, get those Loctited. And personally, I don't go nuts with the Loctite, man. I've had it go both ways. I've had to drill off RMRs, and that's a bummer. I've had them come loose, but it's a lot easier to tighten them up than to drill them off. So with that, that's why I'm not like weirded out by touching them, you know, with the Loctite on them. It's not the end of the world. They're actually using a smaller one, which makes no sense to me. Okay, we've got that one. I'm excited to shoot this gun, especially with the SRO. First exposure I had to the SRO was on our Atlas Athena. And that thing, I mean, obviously it's on an Atlas Athena, but I very, very much like the SRO with the larger dot on that. Normally I don't run anything with a .5 MOA, but on that particular gun, it worked really, really well for me. So I decided I was going to try it on my more, I don't want to use the word beater gun, but on the gun I was going to train with and carry. And this is going to be my carry gun, and I am going to train with it hard. So we'll see, one, if the SRO stands up, and two, if this plate and the CZ stand up. So tight. Gosh, I hate that they use standard hex. That really does suck. Tight. And that's it, guys. That's mounting an SRO. So she's on there. You can see that 5 MOA dial. Let's give it, turn it up and give you guys take a peek at it. Ta-da! Big dot. But there you have it. Mounting the optic to the CZ P10F OR. Easy. 5 minutes. So, see you guys next time. Thanks for stopping by.